It's 11:40 p.m. You were perfect all day. A salad for lunch. You skipped the bread basket at dinner. You told your friend, "No thanks, I'm being good," when she offered dessert. And now you're standing in front of the open fridge at midnight, eating peanut butter off a spoon, and you can't explain why. You weren't even hungry 20 minutes ago. Something just took over. You go to bed telling yourself the same sentence you've told yourself 100 times. I have no self-control. Here's what nobody tells you: that midnight spoon of peanut butter wasn't a failure of your willpower. It was your body doing exactly what it's designed to do. And until you understand the mechanism behind it, you will keep losing this fight, not because you're weak, but because you're fighting the wrong opponent. Welcome back. Today we're breaking down the actual psychology and biology of why diets fail, not the "just eat less" version, the real one. Why your body treats a diet as an emergency. Why the harder you try, the harder it pushes back. And what to do instead, starting today. The science nobody puts on a diet app. In the 1970s, two researchers named Peter Herman and Janet Polivy noticed something strange in their lab. They brought in two groups of people who considered themselves dieters and people who didn't diet at all, and gave everyone a milkshake to drink beforehand. For the non-dieters, drinking the milkshake worked exactly like you'd expect. Full stomach, less food eaten afterward. For the dieters, it did the opposite. The ones who drank the milkshake ate more food afterward than the ones who drank nothing at all. Herman and Polivy called it the restraint effect, and it's one of the most replicated findings in eating psychology. Once someone believes they've broken their rule, the rule stops working entirely, not partially, entirely. It's not, "I had one bite, I'll have a few more." It's, "I already blew it, so it doesn't matter anymore." That's not a character flaw. That's a switch flipping in a very specific, very predictable way. Decades later, a UCLA psychologist named Tracy Mann ran a massive review of every long-term diet study she could find. Her conclusion, published in American Psychologist, was blunt: the majority of people who diet regain the weight within a few years, and a significant share end up heavier than when they started. That statistic gets used as a punchline about willpower. It isn't one. It's a description of a system working correctly, just not for the goal you had in mind. Here's the mechanism. Your hypothalamus regulates body weight the way a thermostat regulates room temperature. It has a range it's trying to defend. When you eat less than your body expects, your body doesn't read that as, "Great, we're losing weight on purpose." It reads it as a shortage. Leptin drops. Hunger hormones rise. Your metabolism quietly slows to conserve what it has left. And your brain starts making food more mentally loud than usual, which is precisely why you can't stop thinking about the thing you told yourself you couldn't have. You are not undisciplined. You are a thermostat that someone opened a window next to, and your body is cranking the heat exactly as hard as it's supposed to. Hashtag the 3 traps keeping you stuck. Trap 1, the clean slate trap. You eat one thing that wasn't on the plan, and the whole day gets mentally written off. I already messed up, might as well start again Monday. This is the restraint effect in real time. The rule didn't bend, it shattered, because you never built a version of the plan that could survive contact with a normal human day. Trap 2, the good food, bad food trap. You've started sorting food into moral categories instead of nutritional ones. Not, "This fills me up," but, "This makes me a good person," and, "This makes me a bad one." The problem is that morally forbidden things become more desirable, not less. It's the same psychological principle behind why the thing you're told not to think about is the only thing you can think about. Moralizing food doesn't reduce your desire for it. It amplifies it. Trap 3, the someday trap. You're waiting for a version of yourself with more motivation to start, properly, Monday, after the holidays, after this stressful month ends. So every attempt happens in a burst of willpower that isn't built to last, instead of a system that doesn't need willpower to keep running. Motivation is a mood. It was never going to be the foundation for things that actually work. 1. remove the finish line. Diets have an end date built into the word, and your brain knows it. Anything with an end date gets treated as a temporary emergency measure, and emergency measures get abandoned the second the emergency feels over. Build something with no finish line instead, a way of eating you could still be doing in 5 years without gritting your teeth. 2. Plan for the bad day, not just the good one. Don't build a plan that only survives a perfect Tuesday. Decide in advance what a good enough version looks like on a day you're exhausted, stressed, or at a birthday party. A plan that only has one setting will break the first time life doesn't cooperate. 3. Let food be neutral again. Stop asking, is this allowed? Start asking, how do I feel an hour after I eat this? That single question moves the decision out of morality and into information, and information doesn't trigger the restraint effect the way a broken rule does. 4. Track the pattern, not the single meal. One dinner will never matter as much as your panic tells you it does. What actually determines the outcome is the pattern across weeks and months. Zoom out before you write off the day. What this costs you. If you actually stop dieting the way most people diet, no more good days and bad days, no more forbidden foods, no more Monday resets, some people around you won't know what to do with that. You'll go to a dinner and someone will comment that you're allowed to eat that now. Family will ask if you've given up. The version of you that used to announce a new diet every few months was, in a strange way, easier for people to relate to. It gave them something to talk about, encourage, or worry over. A calm, boring relationship with food doesn't give anyone a role to play in it. You may also go through a stretch where it feels like nothing is happening, because you've stopped measuring your day by whether you were good. That absence of drama can feel like failure even when it's actually the system finally working the way it's supposed to. ## where this leaves you. The goal was never to win a fight against your body. Your body was never the enemy, it was doing its job, defending you, the whole time. The goal is to stop giving it a reason to defend against you in the first place. The people who eventually get free of this cycle don't do it by finding more willpower. They do it by building something their willpower is never actually needed for. So tell me honestly, which trap has had you the longest? The clean slate trap, the good food bad food trap, or the someday trap? Say it in the comments, and you'll see how many people picked the exact same one. If this helped make sense of something you've been beating yourself up over, send it to someone who's mid-diet right now and thinks it's just about discipline. It never was. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more of the psychology behind the things we do to our bodies without knowing why. See you in the next one.